Back to another episode of Creepypasta Storytime. This time, it's going to be another reading by Sparky. And what are you reading, Sparky?
If I could kill myself, I would.
Alright, take it away.
I awake to the sounds of heavy breathing and whining. At first, I think it's my dog Pixie, but I'm wrong. I open my eyes and see flashing lights, and my eyes burn until I get used to the light. It takes me a couple minutes to realize I'd woken up in the woods. Why the hell would I wake up in the middle of the damn woods? My house is surrounded by them, but I never go outside after dark, and I don't drink at all, so I couldn't have gotten drunk. I lift my head and it hurts like hell. I can't move my neck. It's so sore. I lift my torso up and rest my back on my arms. I get lightheaded, so I just sit there until the dizziness goes away. I open my eyes again, and I see a black figure on the ground a few feet away from me. It's just laying there. I try to stand up, but I can't move my legs. I can't even feel my legs. They aren't asleep, though. Usually when your legs are just asleep, it feels all tingly, and it kind of hurts, too. I tried grabbing my shins and propping them up on my feet. I get both of my legs to balance on my feet, but I still can't stand up. I try over and over again, but I can't do it. I begin crying. I wake up again and have no idea what's going on. All I know is I want to go home and be with my girlfriend. As I weep, it gets harder to breathe, and I start to make louder noises. Then the black figure a few feet away from me moves. It looks like it's trying to get up, and it's struggling, like I was. He gasps loudly and starts to sob and groan as well. I recognize the voice. It's my girlfriend. Anna? I ask. Anna, is that you? Where are we? Why are we out here? How did we get here? She asks, barely able to talk through her tears. I don't know. I can't get up. I can't feel my legs. I think I'm paralyzed, I said, starting to cry more. She gets on her knees and crawls over to me. The flashing lights off in the distance make her visible every couple of seconds. I scream and cry uncontrollably when I see her. Anna! I yell. Your face! Your neck! What? She yells back. What happened to you? I scream. She has cut marks all over her face. One of her eyebrows is completely missing. She has cut marks on her cheeks, her forehead, and one going from her eye through her nose and lips into the tip of her chin. I can see her chin bone through the wound. There are cuts on her shoulders and collarbone. After moving closer to put my arms around her, I could see the most terrifying wound. Her neck had been cut, and it was still gushing out blood. It looks like someone tried to kill us. You're badly hurt. We need to get to an ambulance, I yell. She raises her hands to feel around her face, but it just makes matters worse. Her ring finger is missing, and her right index fingers are missing. And her hands and arms are all cut up as well. She screams and keeps screaming until I start yelling at her to be quiet. We're never going to get out of here alive unless you calm down and think, I yell at her. She keeps on crying and gets closer to me. Just as I'm about to put my arms around her, she jolts back and pushes on me with her hands to push me away. What? I ask. You got blood on me. You're hurt too, she says. Where? I ask. Where am I hurt? She gets even closer to get a better look. She puts her hands up to her mouth and closes her eyes. She's trying to say something, but it sounds mumbled because her hands are in the way. What did you say? I ask. You're shot! She yelled. Right in the head! I feel around my hair until I find the hole. She's right. I am shot. I can feel it on one side of my head, and also on the other. But am I all cut up? I ask. She looks around my body and doesn't find anything. I take off my shirt so she can wrap it around her neck, and the sudden surge of cold air hits my back feels like 1,000 needles. I tell her to look at my torso and back. As she searches my torso, she doesn't find anything. But as she looks at my back, she screams once again. There's a huge hole in your back, she screams. It's from top to bottom. Only half of your spine is there. What the fuck? I yell. That explains why I couldn't move my legs before. Listen, we have to get out of here. So you need to calm down and listen to me. You need to drag me by the hands. I know you can do it. Let's go towards those lights. It might be a party or a tow truck picking up an abandoned car or something. Okay, I can do that, she says. She grabs me by my shoulders and turns me over on my stomach, and then grabs my left hand. I use my right hand to raise my upper body off the ground, and I use my hand like a leg, or like how a monkey walks, so that we can get out of the woods faster. I look at our hands holding onto each other, and I can feel the nub where her right index finger used to be. It's bad timing, but I puke. I puke all over my right hand on the ground. She drags me right through it, but I don't care. We're both covered in blood and sweat and now puke. But we will survive this, I think to myself. We have to. The closer to the lights we get, the more we start to hear voices. The clearer they became. It's a party for sure, I think. I don't know what else it could be. We're almost there, Anna says. The lights are just a couple blocks away. We're coming downhill, so it's easier to see the lights outside the tree line. It looks like there's a small clearing, so it has to be a road. It's a tow truck, I say. I knew it! We both start becoming really excited, and we go down the hill and see it wasn't a tow truck, but a group of 4 cop cars and 2 ambulances. Were they searching for us? I ask excitedly. I think so, Anna says. Over here! I yell. We're over here! We're Anna and Ryan! I begin to run out of breath from crawling and screaming. I can't talk anymore, Anna. You get their attention, I say. Over here! We're coming! We're badly hurt! Anna screams. We can see 4 police officers standing together talking with 2 dogs. And we can see 2 more police officers putting down flares on the road to stop oncoming traffic from getting too close. We get to the bottom of the hill, and out of the trees, and onto the shoulder of the road. Anna gets too excited, and she lets go of my hand. I don't catch myself. I land face first into a pile of mud. My head hitting the ground so hard it makes me dizzy, and I can't collect my strength to pull myself up again. Until I'm almost out of breath and drowning in the mud. Come back! Pull me! I yell. Anna comes back and grabs my hand and starts pulling me again. My stomach is getting torn up on the pavement of the road, but I don't mind. It's not as if I had any choice in the matter. We're safe now, anyways. She drags me around to the ambulance on this, She drags me around the ambulance under the street. We see 2 gurneys with bodies on them. They're wrapped in blankets and have a million tubes and bags surrounding them. She drags me closer, and then we realize it's us on the gurneys. We freeze. Neither of us move. We don't know what to say, think, or do. We're both paralyzed at that point. I look down to the ground with my mouth open. I can hear the medics talking. What happened to the male? One of the medics asks. Gunshot to the head. And get this. The guy ripped out half his spine. He cut open his back and ripped out half his spine. I don't know how he did it. Probably used a saw or something, I don't know. The other medic replies. And the female? Slit neck. Multiple stab wounds and cuts all over the body and 2 missing fingers, the second medic says. They've already done all they can to stop the bleeding from her neck until they get to the hospital, and they're using a breathing mask on her. I look up and see a bright light from around the Anna I'm with. She turns around and looks at me, crying. She disappears. I lower my head once again and start to sob. Then I hear something. I hear coughing. I look up and I see Anna trying to get out of the bed, and the medics are trying their hardest to keep her down. She begins crying uncontrollably and screaming about how she can save me, and she knows where I am. She looks over in the direction where she sees me. I swear, we made eye contact just as we do. I became so full of hope. I know I'm going to be saved. I crawl over the bed where I am, and I wait. I never come back. The ambulance leaves, and so does Anna and the police. I sit here in the middle of nowhere, dead and alone. I begin to beat myself in the head with my fists, then grab a rock. I hear bones breaking, and I knock myself unconscious. But I just wake up. still sitting here with the rock in my hand like nothing happened. Kill me! I start to scream. If I could, I would. Just do it! At that moment, I begin to hear whispers. Sounds like they're coming from all around. I plug my ears, and then they became silent. I look around and down the street, and I think I see another black figure. I start crawling towards it. And as I get closer, I realize it's a man in a black robe. He starts walking towards me. We get to be a couple of feet from each other, and I'm just staring at him. I can't see his face because of the robe, but I can see his hands. They're white, with black sharp fingernails. Who are you? I ask. Just kill me. As I finish my last sentence, the man grabs me by the throat, digs his fingernails into my neck, picks me up, and throws me into a brown burlap sack. He tightens the opening to it and walks off into the woods and disappears.
Dang. How did you come across this?
Looking at other creepypasta stories and such.
Holy crap. I was not expecting that. Good job, by the way.
Right? Thanks.
Yeah. Good job on the acting.
Thanks again.
Oh, wow. That is definition of dire situation.
Is Ace there?
I think he turned us down. But either way, if I had to give a rating, it's getting harder to rate these. I feel like we should adapt a new scale for rating them.
Such as?
I don't know. We'll discuss it off recording. But for now, I guess I give that one a 10 out of 10. It was just the right length for what it was trying to be. Perfectly established the feeling of its story. Definitely made me feel like I was suffering the same pain. And the mysterious side of it, you know, it never quite told you. It only left implications as to what was going on. Mm-hmm. It accomplished its point very well, wouldn't you say?
I guess. I mean, I read it because I liked it.
But, I guess that's all I have to say. What about you?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really have anything to say on it. I already said everything I had to say about it whenever I first read it.
Well, if that's the case, then I'll just stop the recording here whenever Ace stops the recording, so see you guys next time.
Peace, yos.